Welcome back to Eden Gardens, Ajman, for this Pro 10 powered by Fan Code for the match number 16 between DCC Starlets and Ajman Heroes. Well, what a great game this is to be, as Heroes are doing fabulous and DCC are trying to find their forms. We have got Ahmed Khwaja for the sidelines. Well, it's time for the toss.
Right then, it's time for the toss of match number 16 of the Ajman Pro 10 2023 powered by Fan Code. To my right are the two captains leading DCC Starlets once again. We have the great Fahad Al-Hashmi. Leading Ajman Heroes, we have the talented Rahul Chopra. And of course, our match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. It's going to be DCC to flip the coin. Heads is the call by the Heroes. Rahul Chopra. टॉस जीते हैं, आइए थोड़े गप लगाएं. टॉस जीते हैं, क्या फैसला किया? इतने खुश क्यों हैं? पहली बात तो हमें टॉस जीतना बहुत जरूरी था कि हम लोग बॉलिंग करेंगे. अच्छा, इस पिच पे आपको क्या लग रहा है सेकंड इनिंग्स में चेस करना कितना स्कोर ठीक होगा? यही है कि 110 तो सही हो सकता है. टीम में बहुत सारी इंजरीज है, बहुत सारी तब्दीलियां हैं, लेकिन एक राहुल चोपड़ा अभी तक बच गया है. क्या हाल है प्लेइंग 11 का, कुछ बताइए. आज दो चेंजेस है. फैजल बेग की जगह मुजम्मिल है और जोएब है. Best of luck for the game. Thank you. Fahad bhai, let's have a gupshup. Unfortunately, toss हार गए. अगर आप टॉस जीते तो क्या करते?
सोचा तो था कि बैटिंग करेंगे, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वैसे ही बैटिंग मिल गई तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
अच्छा, काफ़ी टफ टूर्नामेंट रहा है, काफ़ी यंग साइड है, टीनेजर्स ज़्यादा आपकी टीम में, लेकिन इस टूर्नामेंट से सीखने को क्या मिला उनको?
बच्चों में कॉन्फिडेंस पैदा हुआ है. बड़े छक्के खाए हैं उन्होंने तो एज यूजुअल कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत अच्छा हो गया बच्चों का. अब तैयार हो रहे हैं अगले टूर्नामेंट के लिए. इंशाल्लाह एक्सटेंड भी आ रहा है तो उसके लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं लड़के.
टीम में तब्दीलियाँ
है, फ्यू तब्दीलियाँ, लेकिन इतनी कोई खास नहीं. एक दुका होगी.
बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर द गेम फहद भाई.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू, थैंक्स अ लॉट.
Right then, news from the sideline. Ajman Heroes have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first.
Well, welcome back. Excellent work there, Izzy. And Heroes has won the toss and elected to bowl first. That is the lineup for the two teams. DCC Starlets got a lineup of Ridhay, Sabnani, Mohammad Arsh, Abdullah Tariq, Fahad Al-Hashmi, Farman Afridi. We've got a lot of youngsters in the side. As also for Ajman Heroes, they've got Saif Noor, Abdul Shakur Sher, Khalid Shah, Amjad Gul, Isam Mati, Mohammad Farazuddin, Muzammil Qasim, Rahul Chopra, Sabir Rao, Zeranis, Zoeb Gujar gets back into the line. And Ajman Heroes looking very solid with a heavy line. They have come in. Joining me in the comm box is Faizan. Welcome back, Faizan, after that little break.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was much required with an exhilarating game that happened, the first one. I was talking to the players. They were very happy with the performance as well, especially Usman, the way he was going. And again, another man of the match coming in for Usman Khan. Brilliant performance from him. And we'd love to see some great performance coming in for the DCC Starlets as well, because this is a very young side. Some under 19s, under 17s, even a 13-year, 14-year-old playing in this particular team. So it would be great to see how they come up with the biggies of domestic cricket. And Ajman Heroes will also leave no stones unturned to get some points on the tables. They have only one victory in this tournament. They are the defending champions of the last tournament, mind you. The Ajman A10 Bash, they were the winners. And they totally deserved it. First ball on the way. And a swing and a miss. Wrapped on the pads coming in. Onto the first ball here as Sabir starts well.
Well, starts well here, Sabir, but it's also important for the DCC Starlets to start well, because these young boys, if they get going, Shivil Baba, Ridhay getting back into the opening slot, looks good combination. They need solid batting. I think it's their batting which has let them down. They need to do some work with their batting. But I think fielding and bowling has been something exceptional by these young boys.
Yeah, certainly. Remember that catch Shival Baba took on the boundary. It was a treat to watch. Full stretch dive on the right-hand side, inches away from the boundary. And I think grasped one of the best catches that we've seen in domestic cricket, possibly. Not just this year, maybe overall. I think it has to be among the top 10 catches ever in domestic cricket in the UAE.
Well, full marks for that catch. I think those are the kind of fielding efforts which lift the entire team together. I think that kind of performance it was from Shivalba. But given on the day, I think that game has also got them to the defeat as well because of not enough contribution from everyone around.
Absolutely. Down the leg side has to be a wide. That's a poor start. Very leg side. Sabir and wide given by the umpire there. So yeah, you're spot on. I think, cricketers, all the matches, whatever matches you see, they're won by batting. You have to have runs on board. Even to defend, for your bowling to come good, you need to have runs on board first. They have a very good bowling unit. They have a great fielding unit. But the fact is, they've lacked in that batting department. It's maybe the experience because they are not short of talent. There's no doubt about that. They are a very talented team. Swing and a miss once again for Hriday. Not a very good start for him. Hasn't got anything off the bat. But good to see the intent is there today. And that is my next point. The problem was not talent. The problem is that intent wasn't there in the power play overs. There are just 3 power play overs in this game. So you need to make sure you get runs, enough runs in those power play overs. I'm not talking about 60, 70, 80 runs. I'm talking at least 30 to 35 to 40 runs. If you get in those 3 overs, that gives you a platform to play an inning where you can get settled. This is up in the air. I'll continue with what I was saying and just eludes the fielder. Khalid Shah just could not see the ball, I think. That is what he's complaining to his teammates. Nonetheless, so yeah, the intent has been the problem for DCC Starlets, and I think this is where the coaching staff and the experience for Fahad Al-Hashmi, Mr. Amin, everyone comes in, and they need to give them the confidence, give them the license to go big right from the word go.
Well, meanwhile, Khalid just maybe let that opportunity go down because he was not aware the ball will come to him so nicely. Well pointed out there, Faizan. Yeah, we're talking about often we have seen these boys have not been up to the mark when it comes to the power play. Maybe something has to do with the finding the gaps, or maybe they need to tackle well how the fast bowlers maybe they bowl. Usually you find these fast bowlers to bowl the power plays. Well, meanwhile they've got fine up and third, both of them are up. So they've kept one back, the extra cover region. So probably there is a plan in place for Sabir because he's strong when it comes to the cutters as well. So he'll be getting it away from the right-hander.
I don't think it would be a great idea. In fact, this has been hit straight to hand. It was timed nicely, and a direct hit might have had him. A direct hit would have definitely had him, and I think Shakur, the keeper, is saying the same thing there. Not great running between the wickets. It's 1 over gone and 4 on board without loss. So Zohaib Gujar has the new ball in his hand from the other end. Hriday is batting on 3 of 6 and he will take strike because he took a single on the last ball of the first over. Again, a very slow start coming in from Starlets. In the first game itself, we had seen 22 runs come in the first innings, 25 in the second innings. I'm not saying match them, but at least get 10 to 12 runs in the first over itself to set the tone for this game. Gujar comes in, bowls a wide outside the off stump. Coming in with a very slow run-up today, Abid.
Well, Gujar is generally like this. He looks very lazy and elegant, but when it comes to bowl, he's got a long strip and also a tall height. He literally, if you're batting, you'll feel like he's releasing the ball at the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, certainly. It comes from around 9 feet high, the ball. He's a tall guy, tall lad. Nicely played, not timed to perfection. It is in the air and falling short of Sabir. Not great bit of fielding coming in from Ajman in the first few deliveries that we've seen. This should have been charged at. I think Sabir was late to the call and he was not going to the ball very quickly there.
I tell you what, it would have been a literally different scenario altogether if it was a DCC Starlet fielder there. Those young boys would have put the extra yard and might would have taken that catch as well. But I think Ajman heroes need to do something better in their fielding.
Absolutely spot on, Abid. And again, too quick for them. This is up in the air once again. This time, the fine leg cannot get to it again. So they are surviving dangerously here, the Starlets.
And I think it's lucky these young boys, Shival and Hriday, they're just finding those vacant areas, not getting into the fielder, but taking risk is the only option they have left. Because the first over going only for 4 runs. So they need to take charge because these power plays are very crucial.
And again, down the ground this time. Oh, beautiful, majestic shot from Shival Bawa. It goes screeching to the boundary for a 4. Very good shot.
What a way to bring first boundary for the team DCC Starlets. Yeah, slightly full. And he's made that full face of the blade. Hit it straight. The beauty was in that shot that he hit it straight. And finding the gap between not allowing that mid-off fielder to move an inch. Great execution there from Shival Bawa.
Yeah, brilliant shot. Short ball coming. Yeah, expected. No ball given by the umpire though. So it's going to be a free hit. The next one as Zen fields it. I exactly knew what he was going to do there. So if I were the batter, that is also another important skill that you need to learn as a youngster, Abid. You need to read the bowler's mind. It was a full delivery, driven hard. Look at that no ball once again. Foot overstepping on the line. The line belongs to the umpire. So well called by the umpire there. It was a close call, mind you. Sometimes very tricky for the umpire because he just have only that instant of a second to decide whether it was a no ball or not. Free hit delivery. Zoeb Gujar. Short ball. Played well. This is up in the air. It's going the distance. What a start for Hriday and Shival. That's 6. That is the kind of start that we wanted to see from the Starlets.
I think there was only one thing which was needed for this young boy Hriday is a free hit and he swung that hard. Suitable and better using the pace and the length as well. It was great shot from the young boy. Now he need to keep going.
Absolutely. He has got the start. Both of them have fine, mind you. This was a very fine shot. Reading the bowler there. That is exactly what we were talking about. Again, a shortish delivery. They are running for it. Is Zoeb Gujar 100% fit? Because that is the question that comes to my mind, the way he was strolling to the ball there.
Well, I do understand the fast bowlers and their injury with the battle with injuries are part and parcel in their career, but I think that's how he is. He's kind of a lazy, but it won't look he's quick as he bowls. Even those lazy running, but he bowls quick.
Yeah, certainly that's an example to back what Abid was saying. Short ball from a lazy run-up and goes to the keeper. So 2 overs gone. This is a very good start considering what Starlets have done in this tournament previously. 2 overs, 21 without loss. There you go, the signal from the umpire, and that's a good decision from the young men taking the floating power play when momentum is on their side. So a good call. In the first 2 overs, they've taken 21 runs. This is a very good start for the DCC Starlets as Muzammil is coming into bowl. Spin for the first time in this game. The experienced Muzammil once again bowling to the young guns.
I think these young boys also know that he's He's the kind of bowler who relies heavily on the googlies. He'll be bowling all those googlies. Yeah, that's why he's stick to that outside off channel. Meanwhile, it's between the two fielders. Mighty effort from Uzair Anis and Rahul Chopra. Saving a boundary there.
That's Mr. Amin. He's the manager of this side. He's the guy who takes care of the academy and the young boys. Oh, shot. This is as good a shot as you would see all day. And we've seen some brilliant shots today. Down on one knee, Hriday, and blast this one through the covers.
Yeah, I knew it what's coming. So it is in the slot. All he had to do, give it a direction. Now looks better. I think if these young boys put a partnership around 50-60 in quick time, we might have a good total on board. And that wouldn't be easy against the strong fielding and bowling unit of these DCC Starlets.
Well, the idea was right on the next ball as well. Trying to go for the slog sweep. I think he was a little late on that shot. And the balance was not there as well. Balance is one very important thing when you're trying to hit big shots. But this is a brilliant start for Hriday and Shival. And I know this for sure. And again, making room, going through the covers, getting the gap, hitting it to the boundary for another 4. Fantastic start for the Starlets here. Great to see.
That was much needed. Now they are attacking on the spinner. That's a right move. The captain of the opponent, Ajman Hero, will think twice to bring the spinner again into the attack.
Brilliant by Hriday. Making room, manufacturing that shot. There was nothing wrong with the ball, mind you. Just a brilliant shot, and all along the carpet as well. Very classical drive. And again, to a foolish delivery. Thinking of a slog sweep for the longest time, then driving it towards mid-on for another single. This is a good over again. 11 of it already. Still a ball to go. Shival Baba needs to make sure that he gets enough runs in this over.
Look at that. Look at that drive. No chance for the fielder. The timing was top. Perfect timing there. What a drive it was from Hriday. Oh, that came in sharply to bring the over to an end. 3 gone, 32 for none.
देवी पीछे आ जा यार इधर आ जा इधर आ जा इधर आ जा देवी पीछे जा रहा जरा खाली जरा जा ओवर चालू कर हमारा
3 overs gone, 32 without loss, as it's going to be spin from both ends now. So Isam Matiur Rab, another youngster playing for Ajman though, is going to come in and bowl. Another of those players that has a lot of talent and a lot of potential. Needs to work on himself and on his game. Isam Matiur Rab is a very good batter as well. And a brilliant leg spinner to have in your side. Let's see what he does here. Let's see what Hriday does when Isam comes to bowl. First ball. Goes for a reverse sweep. It's gone to hand. So a youngster gets a youngster. Isam Matiur Rab has had the last laugh. Brilliant start for him.
Yeah, he's shown his impact as soon he came up with the ball. Very first delivery. Got the wicket of a man who was doing a lot for his team. I think that was not needed. He wanted another boundary. Probably he needed to take the pressure on the new bowler, but that has backfired here. And walking back is Hriday Sabnani for 22 of 15, 32 for 1 Starlets.
So Isam came in and picked up a wicket right on the very first ball. And it was a poor shot selection coming in from the batter, Savnani. Hriday Savnani, after a good little knock of 21, goes back to the pavilion. And it's going to be time for a new batter to come in. Saif is the new batter joining in Shival here.
Yeah, I think they need to really get that batting order. They need to plan. Right now, they should have sent someone who can play spin well. So there is always a plan in place.
Absolutely, and this is very good bowling from Isam. Slogging it. Nicely played though. Timing is there and it reaches the boundary in a jiffy. Very good shot. He manufactured a shot there against the spin. So confident batting coming in from Saif.
Yeah, getting boundary and getting a start with, well, that was good shot because he's cleared that front leg and bended the other leg down nicely on time. This is what you need to do when you're trying to attack. Get that front leg clear immediately if you want to go to the onside.
Absolutely. And again, trying to look for a shot that was never there. It was a foolish delivery and you're trying to play it on the back foot. He was very late on that shot and lucky that it was not bowled into the stumps.
I think it would have been better if you would have played that late cut. You cannot be deciding your shots before the ball is being bowled. No pre-planning works here. Safe getting that boundary and then wasting other deliveries here.
Muzammil to continue here. Gave 11 runs in the floating power play over. That was the last over he bowled. Now a wicket has gone down. They're going at 9 runs and over. Still decent for the Starlets. They need to keep going. Shival Baba is on strike after a long time and dances down on the very first ball. Wrapped him on the pads. It was a nothing shot eventually. He was lucky that the ball was going down the leg side.
As you mentioned, Shival was not been on strike for a real while. That frustrates. And that was quite a... shows that why he's advancing down the track or making a lot of room, because he knows that they need one end to fire.
Absolutely. Trying to look for runs. This is good to see from Shival Baba and the Starlets. Muzammil continues. And again, Saif, not real foot movement there from him. Just shuffling across and trying to play it through the leg side. Farazuddin slips. Gets the ball eventually. Lying down on the ground somehow and throws it back to the keeper.
Yeah, seems to be a Danny Morrison fan there. Loves to dive and get down to the ground every time. A lovely character, Mohammad Farazuddin. What a talent he is.
And again, down the ground this time around. Saif is pretty good on that sweep shot, but he hasn't shown anything at all apart from that till now in his innings.
Yeah, probably it's just a batter who needs a little time, but this shorter format doesn't allow you.
Shival Baba trying to repeat what Saif did on the last ball, and this time Faraz is up to the mark. A good throw coming in as well from Faraz, but 2 runs completed. Good running between the wickets. That's one area of the game that we cannot complain when it comes to Starlets, running between the wickets.
Yeah, these young boys got these... Well, they've got a wheels underneath them. They'll run hard. They field well. They've got the talent and skills.
Pulled away this time. Nicely done. Into the gap and a misfield from the other Saif. This time from Ajman, Saifullah Noor. And an easy 2 eventually to end the over here. So it's 5 overs gone. The score is at 44 for 1. Isam Mathieu Rub comes into bowl here as there's going to be a change in the combox. Coming into bowl, some very flippers, some very hard deliveries is Mudassir Ali along with him, Ahmed Khwaja. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you very much, Faizan. Well, for now, Isam Mathieu Rub is bowling a wonderful spell. Already a wicket to his name. Hard to get away with this quickish leg break. Still a decent position here for the Starlets, going at 9 runs per over. But they need this man, this young lad, in fact, to fire. Shival Bawa, 12 of 10. As I welcome Mudassir Ali into the combox. Good evening, boss.
Good evening, Ahmed, and good to see Starlets batters getting some runs. But it's Isam Mathieu Rub who is bowling extremely good, but he has been thrashed. Going down on one knee, Shival Bawa. An excellent looking shot, a maximum.
Well, that is what this youngster is capable of. 50 up for the Starlets with a wonderful strike. Full extension. Got to the pitch of the ball and it's a flat 6 over mid-wicket. They need plenty more of that, Mudassir Ali.
Excellent piece of batting, continues this time, making room and goes over the deep extra cover. No chance for the fielder. It's the raining boundaries from the blade of Shival Bawa.
Yeah, now he's kicked into high gear. Just had to loft that fielder over extra. Nicely put away. Once again dragged down. Once you get it over that fielder, very difficult for the cover sweeper to clean up. So he's moved on to 22 of just 12 deliveries. Can we see the first 50 of the tournament from a DCC Starlets batter? I hope so. A beautiful sweep over fine leg. Back-to-back boundaries for Shival Bawa.
Oh, you beauty, the little lad Shival Bawa at last scoring some crucial runs for his team. A poor piece of bowling continues by Sam, back of length, and look at that, deliberately played towards that backward deep square leg. Back-to-back boundaries. 15 runs coming off 5 balls. Shival moves to 26 and Starlets 59 for the loss of 1.
Good to see the youngsters in high spirits. Vaibhav and Hriday there. Although it's been a tough tournament for them, results have not gone their way. Still looking to express themselves out there. 60 for 1 after 6, going at exactly 10 runs per over. Going to see some off spin coming into the game now. Mohammad Farazuddin coming on to bowl. We saw him take the new ball on occasions in this tournament. Mudassir Ali. And wow, somebody is getting ready for Eid ul-Azha. Of course, it was the season of the sacrifice. So Saqib Bansh, is that that his number, but not his shirt, thankfully. So, but always the youngsters are interested in dealing with wildlife. Wonderful scenes there.
Oh yes, and good to see the youngsters coming to the ground and trying to learn from this game. So, if the lads of DC Starlets, they were bundled out for 34 and 36 previously, but now looking good. 6 over 60 for the loss of 1.
Power down the ground. Does it have the legs? Not quite. And just
falling short of the long on. Lucky there. Shival, Muzammil Qasim with the fielding effort. Well, there's plenty of grass around for those two young goats.
They don't know what's thrown next for them in a week's time.
Yeah, let's not let them know that. Let them enjoy their lives. Oh, this time one-handed. Completely mistimed that shot. Was trying to repeat that loft over fine leg. But that's excellent running between the wickets. The body language from the heroes doesn't look great here, Mudassir Ali.
Especially those close encounters against the defenders. They were almost there but lost in the last over. After that, they never recovered in this tournament. 64 on board. Shival looking dangerous.
Oh, certainly playing a fabulous knock tonight. This time slicing it towards that deep cover and taken. Well, disappointment for Shival. Wanted to go over extra. Just the outer half of the blade and a simple catch for Uzair Anis.
Just got carried away, Shival Bawa. But smart piece of bowling by Faraz. Very slow and away from the right-hand batter. Trying to go over extra cover but manage the deep extra cover fielder. So a good knock comes to an end. Bawa managing 31 of 17 balls with the help of 3 fours and a maximum 64 for the loss of 2.
So the new batter coming in is the left-hander, Vaibhav Vaswani. Usually bats in the top order, but they've gone for Shival, and he's delivered with the bat more often than not. Farazuddin, he's been among the wickets consistently in UAE domestic cricket for the past 2-3 months across all formats, Mudassir Ali.
Oh yes, and it all started in D50, those 6 wickets against Sharjah. And he never looked back after that game. Farazuddin, it's new batter, Vaibhav, the left-hander on strike.
Immediately with the paddle sweep, straight to fine leg, but they will pick up a quick single. Of course, it's a triple header this evening at Eden Gardens. We have yet another match after this. Z-Game Strikers taking on 7 districts. As per the points table, they're already confirmed for the playoffs. So it's all about whether they can make it directly into the grand final. That will be a wide. A hint of away movement there from Faraz. So just some variations coming in.
Good to see he's trying out a couple of new things in his bowling. Farazuddin on the back foot. Hit hard. Just a single. So run a ball 9 for Saif. And good piece of bowling continues by Farazuddin.
He's keeping a lid on the scoring. Only conceded 7 runs. Still has 1 more over to go. We've seen he likes to bowl at the death. Takes the responsibility. A lot of frontline bowlers missing for Ajman Heroes in this Pro 10 due to injury or fatigue. Cut away nicely behind point. Long chase for the cover sweeper. And he'll just about get there. Saif Noor took his own sweet time. And they've taken 2. So a decent over from Farazuddin. 69 for 2. Amin Farooq on the left of your screen, who is in charge of this DCC Starlets outfit. A lot of young cricketers can credit him for their development. Not this one though, Amjad Gul, not a very young cricketer either. Former UAE though, high caliber player. Oh, top edge. Didn't quite recognize the leg break there from Amjad Gul, and that action is very, very familiar, Mudassir Ali.
Oh, yes, but the wicket columns are completely different if you talk about the bowling action. Something reminds of Shahid Khan Afridi Lala.
Yes, well done, Mr. Zia, who's shouting in my ear, Shahid Afridi, Shahid Afridi. Okay, you got the 2 points. Lofted towards long off and dropped by Isam Matiyurab, and he's sent it over for 6.
A maximum for Vaibhav. There was a chance put down by Isam. But look at that shot going down on one knee. It was all about the perfect timing. Did not got the distance, but the fielder helping Vaibhav to fetch his first maximum. A poor effort from Isam Matiyurab.
Yeah, the score is getting slightly out of hand here for the Heroes. They themselves have a very short batting lineup, a lot of all-rounders. Thankfully, Khalid Shah is in the game today, a much-needed boost to their batting ranks. Vaibhav, 9 of 3, he started off well. Brings out the reverse and misses, and Amjad Gul strikes.
Poor shot selection, not needed. Just got carried away after getting that maximum. Vaibhav, third wicket going down. In fact, the fourth one for DC Starlets, the left-hand batter, trying to improvise here, trying for that reverse shot, misses the line and strikes Amjad Gul. So it's Vaibhav Vaswani managing 9 of 4, delivery 76 for the loss of 3.
Man in.
It's hot work out there. As you can see, Hriday and Shival absolutely drenched. And Shamim Ali, good to see a smile on his face, the young all-rounder. It's all about enjoying your cricket. This is all off-season stuff going on right now, Mudassir Ali.
Yes, and good to see Shamim Ali getting few games. Thanks to DC Starlets for picking him up for this tournament. And in the meanwhile, the new batter is Abdullah, the young, tall right-hand batter.
That was the top spinner going on straight. Nicely punched towards long off. Oh, even Farazuddin is misfielding tonight. That is a very rare sight.
He took it a bit easy for Azuddin and a fumble resulting in a couple of runs. And with those couple of runs, Abdullah is off the mark. At last, some good batting performance from DC Starlets. Width offered, hit hard. There's a protection, Saifullah Noor. But good to see they are rotating the strike.
Yeah, they're batting with some confidence today, and once again a misfield. Very lazy effort there from Amjad Gul. He's protesting to his fielder, but it was his own fault, to be quite honest.
Next time, Saifullah, make sure that you run all the way near Amjad Gul and hand over the ball.
And hand him the ball. Towards wideish long off this time. Long chase for the fielder. Let's see this time. He didn't even throw it to Amjad Gul. Better idea. 81 for 3. Wonderful, crisp evening here at Eden Gardens. Such a picturesque venue. Perfect for some late summer cricket here in the UAE. Sabir Rao, left arm speedster, coming into the attack now. First over was a good one. But if they can just get beyond 100, maybe 105, 110, could be an interesting second innings, Mudassir.
Oh, yes, and they're a very good fielding unit, DC Starlets, and anything around 100, 105 It will give them a chance to get those 2 points.
And I think it's easier for these young batters to play pace because they can use the pace against the bowlers. Well, we are being challenged by the production team to a match tomorrow, Mudassir Ali. Mr. Zia is in my ear telling us, get ready, we're willing to take on the commentators 11. Maybe we'll get Usman to play for us.
Ask him whether it's a tape ball or a hard ball.
Oh, it's chipped in the air. This should be an easy catch. Abdul Shakur taking the easiest catch of his life. And Saif Ali Khan departs in the search for quick runs.
Back of length, slower delivery, trying to go big, top edge and easy job for Abdul Shakur. And Sabir Rao gets his first wicket of this match. Saif Ali Khan departs after making 10, 82 for the loss of 4.
So it's the big unit, Fahad Al-Hashmi coming in at number 6. And I think this kind of scenario will suit his batting style, Mudassir Ali. Not much time to spend at the crease, just look to bash the ball hard.
And that too, a fast bowler, and he loves to play those fast deliveries. Fahad Al-Hashmi, the captain, comes in at the follow of Saif Ali Khan. Sabir Rao, he bowled brilliantly today.
Well, Mudassir Ali, tomorrow we'll have to come in our whites because the challenge is on between Comms 11 and Production CC. I think we have to give them a hammering for sure.
Oh yes, and I'm not sure how they'll face me. My leg break googlies.
Well, Fahad Al-Hashmi will depart first ball. Slower delivery, just the outer half of the bat and a simple catch at short third. So high expectations, but a first ball dismissal. Excellent bowling from Sabir Rao. Change of pace, completely outwitted him, and Assam made no mistake. So a flurry of wickets going down for the Starlets. 82 for 5. So we've had a hat-trick in the A10 bash for Nilansh Keswani. Can we see another magic moment this time in the Ajman Pro 10? Sabir Rao, back-to-back wickets. And he has a brand new batter to bowl at. What delivery should you go for, Mudassir Ali? Pace on, Yorker length maybe?
Oh yes, bowl wicket to wicket, and don't bowl those cutters. You need to be very sharp and bowl those quicker deliveries. It's a new batter, young lad, and he'll be on the back foot.
So here we go. Hat-trick delivery coming up around the wicket. Oh, Mohammad Arsh, I believe it is, trying to smash that through the covers. Very talented young lad, especially with the fast bowling. Swings the ball very nicely.
It's 82 for 5, and I was just thinking about tomorrow's match. We do have the services of our wicket-keeper batter, Abid Ibrahim, and we also have the service of fast bowler, Faizan Khan.
Oh, absolutely. There's no such thing as a spinner in tennis ball cricket. Everybody is fast or express fast. Oh, another slower delivery, beautifully bowled. Wasn't quite within his range, and this has been an outstanding over from Sabir Rao. Only one run off the bat.
Last couple of overs, they have pulled the things back. Ajman, it was Shival Bawa's brilliant knock helping them to get some runs. Still 7 legal deliveries. Try to get at least 14 or 15 runs.
And I think we should be allowed some guest players. Maybe Abdul Ghaffar, Rais Ahmed, Ronak Panoli. Oh, how did that not clean him up? Just over the stumps. An outstanding over from Sabir Rao. 2 wickets in it. 82 for 5 with 6 balls to go. So we've had a hat-trick in the A10 bash for Nilansh Keswani. Can we see another magic moment this time in the Ajman Pro 10? Sabir Rao, back-to-back wickets. Oh, another slower delivery, beautifully bowled. Wasn't quite within his range, and this has been an outstanding over from Sabir Rao. 2 wickets in it. 83 for 5. So it's going to be the big unit. Zohaib Gujjar to bowl the final over. Gone for 17 runs. Very expensive first over.
He was taken on right by Shival Bawa. So the final over, 82 for the loss of 5. Abdullah on strike.
Can they get some quick runs? Oh, brilliant Yorker to start. That's much more like it from the big Zohaib Gujjar. And coming from that height and that angle can be difficult to deal with.
Smart piece of bowling, not offering that width and room in the block hole, but very
goes downtown and straight to hand. The first wicket has gone. Is it the Starlets' night to shine?
Well, Suleiman believing his strength and bowling right in the slot. Khalid Shah wanted to go big on a very first delivery. The first task has been completed to take the left-hander out of the occasion who could make the difference. He's walking out without troubling the score. It's a golden duck for him. Look at that. The ball was in the slot, toe end of the bat, did not get enough distance. And an easy catch for Shival to end the innings of Khalid Shah. It's first wicket down for none. Mohammad Farazuddin, the new man in. A lot talented and skillful all-rounder for the team Ajman Heroes. Useful fielder and a bowler batter as well. Ooh, hint of in swing there.
Yeah, very, very nicely bowled. This gripped the surface and turned a little bit. I think it was a slower delivery. Yeah, that is what he's talking about, Faraz. He was surprised at that delivery that came in sharply from Suleiman. It would be interesting to see the replay of that last ball as Abdul Shakur is taking strike for the very first time in this game. What a dream start for Suleiman and for Starlets here. First wicket, Khalid Shah, the man in form, departs. They have made big inroads in this game.
Now tries to play that cut shot. Suleiman this time taking ball away from the right-hander. I think he's relying on the seam rather than swing.
Certainly well spotted there, Abid. And, this was again a decent delivery. Shakur wanted to cut it. It was not too short. And he's bowling with decent pace as well. So good bowling, good start for Suleiman here. And I'm surprised that Arsh hasn't been given the first over. Look at the field spread. All the fielders on the offside inside the circle. Nicely bowled once again. Very good action as well. Look at the excitement from the young players. They know they can smell a victory here. They've got runs, decent amount of runs on board. And if they can get the top order out, as Abid mentioned earlier, I think this game is going to open and turn on its head.
No doubt about it. If you bowl well, the age has nothing to do with that. If you perform well, you get a better result.
Suleiman continues and swing taken, dealt with beautifully. What a shot. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Down on one knee, just opening his arms and getting the full face of the bat on the ball as well.
Well, that's the first 6 of the second innings. And Shakur, the beauty about that, he waited and timed it to the perfection. And it looks so pleasing to eye when you get 6 over the covers.
Absolutely elegantly played. What a shot. So 5 balls into the first over. He's still bowled well. He's picked up a wicket, given away just 7 runs. He needs to finish well here, Suleiman. And this will be the test of the character for this young bowler to see what he does on this next delivery, because Shakur is going to be on the charge here. And he goes beautifully through the covers once again. Stand and deliver this time around. And it goes to the boundary in a jiffy. So 11 coming off the first over after the loss of Khalid Shah. 1 over 11 for Farman is the new bowler coming to bowl here for the second over. So after the loss of the wicket, it turned out to be a decent over for Ajman Heroes. They need 9.1 runs per over right from the word go. And they've gotten 11 of the first over itself. Courtesy a 6 and a 4 on the last two deliveries of that over. Being bowled by Suleiman. Shakur, the man turning it on there. Faraz is on strike. Next ball down the leg side from Farman. He bowled beautifully yesterday. Picked 3 wickets, but he has started off with a poor delivery here.
Inconsistency is something which is in Farman. He needs to get going. At times he bowls those unplayable deliveries. At the next, he bowls those looseness as well. So he need to maybe work on to be consistent more on the pace as well. Maybe he's at times when I have seen him first, he wanted to be quick, a lot quick.
Well, in he comes. That was a slowish delivery. Crashed through the offside. Nicely played. Good bit of fielding. Ensures there's just a single there. Yeah, spot on. Sometimes bowlers, young bowlers specifically, they try to come in and try too many things at the same time. They have a skill set. They would try to bowl 6 different deliveries. And doing that, you sometimes spray one down the leg side or sometimes bowl one that is too close to the bat. And those are the problems and those are the things that need to be worked on. The basic of cricket remains the same no matter the format. So you need to bowl in the right areas, back of the length or at length around the off-stump mark.
Yeah, this time he offered width. It's gone in the gap. There is a chase for the fielder. Did not touch it. Did not try to hit that one hard. Otherwise, that might have gone all the way for 4.
Yeah, this was similar to the delivery that I was talking about on the last ball. On good length. Maybe just a little bit inside towards the off stump. So that the batter tries to do something with it. Want to go against the line, then you can induce an edge. A top edge maybe. A leading edge sometimes. So that should be the ploy for any young fast bowler coming into bowl. This is a much better delivery. Back of the length, coming in, but the pace is a concern, of course.
Well, definitely he took that pace off, but bowled that cutter. I think the kind of surface we have tonight, which has a little bit of stiffness and hardness as well, where you can get that cutters right. A little bit of a grass there on the surface when I was there earlier. A dry grass, but there is a patches where you can get that, extract a little bit of the cutters and use it for the spinners. That would be good.
This is played well. That's classic. Abdul Shakur just lifting it off and hitting it down the ground for a max.
Well, he's certainly hitting it with authority. He's hitting it and placing it now. He's taken the charge. Look at that. Slightly fuller. And up she goes. Control is brilliant, Abdul Shakur. The number of years he's been playing in UAE. A really talented man he is. And he's also an experienced, someone who's been very sharp behind the stumps as well. So perfect player. Represented UAE in a higher level as well.
Certainly brilliant player to have in any side. And still after such a long time of playing domestic cricket, consistency is the key. Consistently hitting it down the ground, straight, beautifully played, good bit of fielding as well. And the umpires will want to take a look there because I thought the boot was very, very close to the skirting.
Well, I think the umpires does not have a doubt on that, but you are the one who's creating the doubts on our minds. Well, it's mind you, it's Shival Baba who knows how to play with the boundary lines. There you go, you asked for it. They are checking on it. Could be close, very close, very, very close. You had a point there.
Say thanks to me. And beautifully played by Farazuddin this time, lifting it up, hitting it through the covers. They are up and running, Ajman Heroes. Heroic shot coming in from the bat of young Faraz. Well, that ends the over, does it? I think there's still a ball to go. No, it's the end of the over. 2 overs gone, 26 for 1 now. Okay, the floating power play has been taken into the third over itself, and why not? The momentum is going. Ajman heroes his way. Oh, poor start to the over. Down the leg side, and they're running for it. So 2 wides would be added there. And this is a decent start. More than a decent start, actually, for Ajman heroes. With 28 on board in 2 overs, going at 14 runs an over in a comparatively low-scoring game. I think that's a brilliant start after that first wicket fell.
Yeah, I think all credit goes to Shakur, the way he's got going and also used that power play as well. Now taking the third is a wise decision for me. That is Farazuddin, goes straight as an arrow. Shival Baba won't give it easy. He's a fighter around the boundary line. What a fielder he is.
And that's just a single, so that's very poor running between the wickets here. I think Farazuddin was expecting it to go to the boundary. There are no assurances or guarantees in cricket, mind you. You needed to make sure that you run 2 for it. Or maybe Abdul Shakur wasn't interested because he's doing really good and wants to take on the bowler in the power play itself.
Well, I think it's rather this way that batter did not thought Shival will get there and save the boundary. He thought that's a 4 and he made a pose for the cameras as well. Look at that. That slap to the ball, push it back in the ring. Whether it was in the air or the foot was grounded, this will tell us a little better story. I think he's done wonderful.
Yeah, it was perfect. Brilliant to watch these young men give it all in the field. Shival Baba has taken the catch of the tournament, or maybe one of the catches of domestic cricket ever. I think it has to be in the top 10. I was talking to Ahmed Khwaja about it previously. It was a brilliant catch. And Suleiman continues, again hit down the ground, and again Shival Baba will come and do the cleanup job. Easily done this time around, only a single. So a good start to the over. 2 wides, then only 2 singles after that.
Yeah, I think it's floating power play. That's why you see the intent of hitting big shots are there from both the batters. I think this floating power play puts batter in a bit of bother and also under pressure because they need to take runs because they are the one who called it for.
Absolutely, and sometimes it goes against them for that reason, because there's pressure on you to score from those 6 balls. And again, lifted, oh, beautifully, mighty. This is 6.
What a great wrist work there from Mohammad Farazuddin. He loves to play in that region. You offer him a width, he will rip it apart. It was not a bad delivery at all, but he has placed it to the perfection. Look at that. Dropped even outside the boundary line.
Brilliant shot. What a pickup shot on the offside through the covers. This young man has so much talent, Faraz. And this time, pulls the bat out just at the right time and lets it go for a wide. Some swing for Suleiman on that delivery.
Well, Fazan, sometimes one good shot makes bowler to fall all over. So you see that he's got hit for 6 now. He's trying to bowl away from his arc, bowl a wide delivery. And that's why you need that senior man around you. Father Hashmi is right there with the young boys. I've seen him every delivery. He's on the ears of the bowler.
Absolutely. This is nicely played, straight to cover. Not a single, and I think the umpire signaled something there. We'll have to wait and watch. What is it about?
What I think is maybe a warning for running on that danger zone of this wicket. I'm not sure it's the first or the second, or it's formal, or would be a warning.
Absolutely. Different angles to that. Suleiman. Oh, picks it up. This time through the leg side. Mid-wicket. And it trickles into the boundary for another beautifully, masterfully crafted 4.
Yeah, I toyed with the bowler there. He wanted to hit there because there was no fielder placed in the deep. He knew it. All he had to do is clear the circle. The rest will follow. 2 bounces into the fence. And now Farazuddin looking solid. 17 of just 7 deliveries. You need like this partnership to chase any total.
Absolutely. They need a wicket both Suleiman and the DCC Starlets to get some life into this game. Otherwise, these two are going to run away with the game, and very quickly, mind you. And again, down the ground, not time to perfection. I think he was a little late on that shot. But plays it for a single. A rare fumble as well coming in. But it was just a single. As far as Azzuddin calls for new gloves. It's 3 overs gone. And they are very well settled, Ajman Heroes, 42 for 1. Zen is the new bowler coming into bowl. The left arm leg spinner that Ahmed Khwaja is so fond of. It's lovely to see a young man bowling those left arm leg spin deliveries and troubling the batters. He has a very good other one as well. Azzuddin is going to take charge of the proceedings with the bat as Zainullah comes into bowl the 4th over. Nice, decent run up and nicely bowled first up. Back of the length with some good pace as well. Nicely bowled, good start to the over.
Yeah, but what I think is if these spinners or someone from the team of DCC Starlet does not come to rescue, this game will slip away. Now it's just that 49 needed of just 41 deliveries. The way these two batting together, I see it as an easy chase.
Absolutely, it looks like an easy chase because the Ajman Heroes have started really well. They are going at almost 14 runs and over right from the word go. After that jitter on the very first ball, Khalid Shah walking back to the pavilion. Things have been going only one way. The Ajman Heroes' highway.
And I think we are sitting in Ajman as well, so maybe that's the way.
Yeah. Heroes on the ground, heroes in the com box as well.
Well, I think you're talking about yourself.
I'm talking about Ahmed Khwaja and Mudassir Ali waiting for their turn.
Meanwhile, it's up in the air, an easy catch. Suleiman takes that catch and that spinner strikes, takes the big wicket out. Now might be a chance for DCC Starlets to get back in the game.
Yeah, that was a poor shot from Shakur. So Shakur was poor on that particular delivery, trying to go against the line of the ball. It was way outside the off stump, had to fetch it, head falling over as well, trying to hit it too hard. And an easy take. The Starlets and Suleiman won't miss those kind of catches. Shakur, the experience of Shakur walking back to the pavilion after scoring 20. It's 43 for 2 after 3.3. Amjad Gul is the new batter coming into bat, joining Azzuddin in the middle. Azzuddin is going all guns blazing at a strike rate of 190. And Ajman Heroes still in a settled position because there's still some batting to come. They need to pick at least 2 more wickets to put some pressure on the Heroes here. Ajman Gul, first ball, nicely bowled and very innovatively played by Amjad Gul. I don't know whether that's the right word for this or not.
Well, I think he was really bothered about to get off the mark. First thing was in his mind. That's the reason he played it too late, probably wanting to see how Zainullah bowls, which way he bowls, want to understand when he bowls those leg spin and the googly as well.
Absolutely. And this was, I think, the other one because it turned a little bit outside the off stump. to the right-hander. This one has been played well once again. He's been bowling well, Zainullah. He's a brilliant talent, and his future seems to be very bright.
Yeah, he's got a different action altogether. And the run-up also is someone who comes maybe 10 steps or 8 at least as a spinner.
Tossed up, nicely played for a single by Amjad Gul. And there are basics of cricket to be followed, and this is to be learned at a young age. Zainullah should have been behind the stumps. That concludes the over. 4 overs gone, 46 for 2. Saad is coming to bowl here. 4 overs, 46 for 2. Decent start for Ajman Heroes. The target is under the control as well. 45 runs required. Just 45, mind you, of 36 deliveries. So that's around 7.5 runs and over required to win. Seems very easy. First, good ball, turning away from Amjad Gul. Nicely bowled by Saad.
Yeah, we've been talking about highways in Ajman's way, but I think the only way here is the spinners who can bail out the team DCC Starlets, who are doing fine job here. Now Saad Abdullah.
And again, turning away from Amjad Gul, who doesn't move his feet too much and just tried to hoik it away down the ground. Not successful. 2 dot balls to start the over with. Good start, confident start for Saad.
I think Amjad is complaining about that the pace is too less. It's a lot slower in the air.
And again, tossed up. Amjad goes big. He hasn't timed it to perfection. Somebody is getting underneath and loses the side of the ball, I believe. And that's a drop chance. Unfortunately, Amjad Gul gets alive. The bowler applauds. I'm not sure that the camp will. Well,
I think there was lovely efforts in the outfield. Amjad forcefully trying to go big. That went in the air for a real long time.
And again, slower. This time rocking onto the back foot, and Shival Baba has spilled it this time around. And I think it's touched the skirting there. They are asking Shival Baba whether it did touch the skirting or not. Trying to save some time, the umpires. Hasn't been signalled yet. So they'll have a take a look at it again. This is down the ground, powerfully hit. Had to wait for the ball for a long time, and I think it's going to be 4. So 4 given, 50 up, gone! He has picked up a wicket. The slowness of Saad has ensured that there's a wicket that has gone down. Ajman Heroes are making a mess of the chase.
Yeah, he's just frustrated Amjad Gul. And frustrating is the key for someone like Amjad Gul. If he gets going, he might have made a difference here. But no, he came down the track dancing and missed the line. The ball keeping touch low and keeper doing the rest. Amjad Gul, not a convincing day for him. Only 8 he scored. It's 52 for 3.
Issam Matiu Rab is the new batter coming out to bat. So 2 young men for Ajman Heroes here. And Farazuddin has a long lecture to give to Issam Matiu Rab right away. So promoted up the order. Not a bad ploy, giving the youngster some time in the middle here. So 4.5 gone, 52 for the loss of 3. That is the score right now. 39 to win, 31 balls remaining. It is still in Ajman's court. But we'll have to see how things proceed from here on in. Because another couple of wickets and the pressure will be on Ajman Heroes. Saad, last ball of the 5th over. Flatter delivery, very slow. Issam had to wait to eternity to hit that ball down to the long on. And that concludes the over. Another good one. 7 of it. It's 53 for 3 after 5. And there's going to be a change in the com box. A very energetic Mudassir Ali is going to be joined by Ahmed Khwaja.
Thank you very much, Faizan and Abid. 38 of 30. Game seems to be in Ajman Heroes' hand, but a couple of wickets here, especially from this young lad, could make it very, very interesting indeed. Sliced in the air over extra cover. Should only be 1. Good fielding by Abdullah Tariq in the deep. Well, Mudassir Ali, DCC Starlets are fighting hard here, that's for sure.
Oh yes, after posting a 90 on board, they're a very good fielding unit, and especially this lad with the ball. He can do wonders, but the key for DC Starlets is they need to get rid of Farazuddin quickly. He's batting on 20 of 11 balls on the back foot. Hit hard, no chance for Fahad Al-Hashmi. Ball racing towards the fence. Extraordinary shot played by Farazuddin on the back foot. 4 runs.
Fabulous placement, forcing the ball off the back foot through extra cover. Not an easy shot to execute. But look at the patience and how well he struck the ball. No chance for Fahad Al-Hashmi and no chance for the long off. So an early boundary conceded in the over. The pressure reverses onto Zainullah now. He's bowled really well throughout the tournament. Very impressive. Googly this time, beautifully read. And good work there by the cover sweeper. Almost lost his footing there, but he adjusted well.
But look at the way he's middling the ball. Faraz playing on the merit, just waiting for the turn and not trying out too many things. Now it's all about the youngster, the 2 with the bat below the age of 22, and with the ball is just 17 years old, Zainullah.
It's a young man's game, that's for sure. This time turning into Farazuddin, read it nicely off the pitch. So run a ball stuff so far. 30 needed of 26. They need that 1 good over somewhere, Mudassir Ali.
Oh yes, and I reckon the key is Farazuddin for both the teams. If Ajman wants to win, then he needs to stay and get those remaining runs for his team. Looking very good with the bat. 27 of just 14. And a couple of deliveries ago, he was joined by Issam Matiu Rab, who loves to play through the extra cover.
A beautiful sweep. Look at that. Got on top of the ball and hit it down into the ground. And it's missed the fine leg for 4. Excellent shot from Issam Matiu Rab.
More than his bowling, I love his batting, the way he gets those runs. Look at that, always in control, waited for the delivery. And this shot reminds me of the legend Muhammad Azharuddin. He used to play these kind of shots.
Well, you are remembering your Hyderabadi favorite. I remember SRT, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, who used to play that sweep, fine sweep so well, especially against Shane Warne in the late 90s, the late great Shane Warne, when they battled in the Tour of India in 98. This time chipped down the ground. So sensible batting from Assam. A decent spell from Zainullah concludes. 66 for 3. Saad Abdullah to continue. Lofted towards long on. And will be dropped. Shival Bawa, what have you done? An opportunity created. You desperately needed a wicket and he spilled the catch.
Oh, I feel for Saad Abdullah. He invited Isam Mathurab to go big. Got the elevation, not the distance, and he has been dropped by Shival Bawa, one of the safest hand in this team of DC Starlets.
Meanwhile, Farazuddin just continues to keep that scoreboard ticking. I think he was just a bit casual there, Shival. Took it before it landed in his palms. And it's a rare mistake from the youngster. Saad Abdullah should have had another wicket to his name. He's bowled so well tonight. Leading edge, but there's nobody in the ring. So it's always going to be one. So the chance has gone begging.
Good to see Saad Abdullah is making sure to invite Isam and commit on the front foot. Not in control, but somehow he manages a single. 68 on board.
Lofted over extra cover, but he had set the fielder towards that deep extra region. Smart field setting from Saad. But Farazuddin is batting beautifully tonight.
Looks like a lot improved batter. The last couple of months working really hard in the nets on his batting. Farazuddin yet again flighted, goes straight and a single. So dealing in singles, he created that chance on the very first ball of this over. Saad Abdullah.
He's bowled really well. Both the wrist spinners have, Saad and Zainullah. So much raw talent to work with. Oh, that's a beauty. Just turning across the face of the bat. An excellent spell from Saad Abdullah comes to an end. He's bowled his heart out. 71 for 3. Farman Afridi, the young pacer, coming on to bowl. Bowled beautifully last evening. 3 wickets to his name. And he's good at the death. So if they can somehow get the wicket of Farazuddin, this match could become interesting, Mudassir.
Oh yes, 20 needed of 18. And couple of wickets and couple of dot balls can put that extra pressure on Ajman Heroes. They're a very good fielding side. But on the previous over, Shival Bawa putting down an easy chance and a chance for Isam Mathurab to add some runs to tally of his runs in this tournament, batting on 10 of 7 balls.
So a change in the bowling. First it was going to be Farman, but Fahad Al-Hashmi changing his mind. Muhammad Arsh, another fast bowler coming. Perhaps Farman wants to bowl from the other end. Very talented young lad himself, Muhammad Arsh. Swings the ball, decent pace, even though he's just a teenager. And making sure His fielders are in the right position. Very important for these youngsters to learn. They've improved in every game. They've done something better. Maybe they can get victory tonight. Onto the pads. They will scamper for a quick single. And given his leg buys. So it's just run a ball. But Farazuddin, he wants to be the one to hit the winning runs for sure.
Oh, yes, and completely agree. And I like the way you have put that improvement. This is what is needed, and this is what their coach and Mr. Amin Farooq is looking in these boys. Every match, they got something new. They have improved their batting, their bowling, their fielding.
Attempted Yorker, just sliding down leg. So he has understood that he needs to bowl as full and straight as possible. They still need that one boundary to make that run chase safe.
As of now, both the batters are happy by taking those singles, and full marks should be given to the bowlers as well, not giving much width and easy deliveries.
Yeah, perhaps needed more runs. Swing and a miss and gone through the keeper. Well, that's very unfortunate. Vaibhav got a bad bounce, and there is the boundary that the Ajman Heroes needed. 4 byes.
Boundaries were hard to come for Ajman Heroes. The wicketkeeper Vaibhav making a mistake and resulting in 4 runs, a much needed boundary that will ease the pressure on Isam and Farazuddin.
Yeah, just landed in front of him. Gone through the tunnel once again. We've seen that a few times today. It's a difficult pitch to keep wicket on. Some variable bounce. Flicked towards mid-wicket. Landing in front of the fielder. Trying to be a bit fanciful there, Isam. Thankfully, he made connection with the bat.
Looks like a very risky player, Isam Mathurab, as we have seen throughout the day. The risk comes into play whenever he takes those singles or try to go for big shots.
Yeah, I've seen him play for the Heroes and for the Ajman state side in some of the Emirates Boards tournaments. A beautiful flick. And mid-wicket, excellent fielding. Saif Ali Khan out there. And look at that, just kept them to one. Excellent throw. Great teamwork.
Rightly sent back by Isam Mathurab. Farazuddin was interested to go for that second one, but excellent work. The teamwork of DC Starlets, just a single.
Beautifully flicked once again. So a tight over from Mohammad Ash, not giving away too much apart from the 4 byes. No fault of his own. 80 for 3. So now it will be Farman Afridi into the attack. Well, he has to pull the rabbit out of the hat here for the Starlets. They need a quiet over and some wickets. He certainly has the capability. Very good at the death with those quick full Yorkers. Can he get one through the defense of Isam, who's looking rock solid at the crease? Looking to express himself. And like I mentioned, I'd seen him playing for the Ajman state side in some of the board tournaments. Hadn't really gotten a full opportunity. He's coming to bloom in this. Oh, back to the bowler. Just the bottom edge of the bat. Very difficult cotton bowl chance there. Can't even call that a chance, to be honest.
Yet again, we have seen that wrist coming into play. His role model is Mohammad Azharuddin, and he's fond of his batting, Isam Mathurab, and we can see those glimpses in his batting as well.
Was he even born when Mohammad Azharuddin was playing? Even I was a youngster when Azhar was at his wristy best. Slow delivery. A dot ball. Well, the game is not over yet.
crucial those 4 runs which were considered by the wicket keeper in the previous over. It could have been easily 14 needed of 10. Now it's a runner ball. Required a big hit needed from Farazuddin.
Oh, run a ball, anything can happen. If they can just string together a few quiet balls, the pressure will build. We've seen Ajman Heroes have been shaky in the run chases in this tournament. Oh, excellent bowling. And Vaibhav has mishandled again. And they will take a single. That was not required at this stage.
You need to make those adjustments, staying far behind from the stumps. And there are some rough patches in front of the wicketkeeper that is troubling Vaibhav, and easy single has been conceded. Poor effort from Vaibhav, and it's Issam Matthew Rubb who will be on strike, and he'll be fancying his chances against Farman.
They must be itching for a boundary. They've been denied the last 2 overs. Excellent bowling from the Starlets at the death. Keeping it tight. Sliced. But there is nobody at cover point. Only going to be 1. So this may go down to the final 6 here, Mudassir.
Get a wicket and a dot ball would put that pressure. But looking very calm and composed is Farazuddin.
Yeah, he's batted right almost from the start. A long innings. A patient one, as was required. But they need a boundary here. Hits it hard towards long off and beats the fielder. Well, that will settle the contest. A much needed boundary for Farazuddin.
This was all about the calculation. At the right time, the risk was taken. A fuller delivery, a much needed boundary. A bit fuller by Farman. Pace offered. And look at that shot. It was somewhere just a couple of yards away from the long off fielder, but it was hit like a tracer bullet. 1 bounce, 4 runs.
Yeah, he placed it so well. Just opening up the face of the bat to get it in that direction. Great effort from Farman regardless. And those will be the winning runs for Ajman Heroes. They get their second victory of the Ajman Pro 10, and fittingly, Farazuddin puts it away. Down to the fine leg for 4. They win by 7 wickets.
Thanks to these 2 youngsters, Issam Matthew Rubb and Farazuddin, making sure they stay till the end and get those runs for the team. It was a no ball, but it doesn't matter. 4 were needed and he got those 4 runs. A good looking shot, and Farazuddin, the captain, remains unbeaten. He had a brilliant match with the ball in the first innings. He fielded well. Now with the bat, he scored some crucial runs to get those 2 points for his team.
A good contest, but in the end, the men in red have triumphed with plenty of time to spare. Just felt that DCC Starlets didn't have enough runs on the board. The last 2 overs, they could only manage 3 runs, lost a lot of wickets, and hence that score was below par. And an easy run chase for the men in red. Of course, both teams cannot reach the top 3. They are out of the running for that. But this win will certainly boost the confidence of the Heroes dugout. Let's take a look at the batting scorecard then. It was Farazuddin who led till the end, 38 not out of 23. Good cameo from Abdul Shakur up top. Khalid Shah unfortunately failing to impress. And Issam Matthew Rubb with the runner ball, 14 of 13, did well as well. 12 extras. Well, that was quite painful for the Starlets.
And let's see the bowling card of DC Starlets. Suleiman Haider getting a wicket, but going for 27 runs. So was Farman Afridi, wicketless. Zainullah bowled really well, couple of overs, 17 runs, a wicket. Saad Abdullah was very impressive, the leg break bowler. 2 overs, going for just 12 runs and a wicket in his kitty. Mohammad Arsh also bowling it decently well. 1 over, conceding 3 runs.
Let's take a look at the highlights of this run chase then. It started with a shock. Khalid Shah tried to loft one over long off and could only find the fielder. Golden duck for him. After that, it was a good partnership between Abdul Shakur and Farazuddin. Took on the fast bowling and spinners alike. Some beautiful shots, especially from Faraz. Abdul Shakur using that raw power, lofting it beautifully. And Farazuddin really peppered that cover point, extra cover region tonight. And took that calculated risk towards that mid-wicket region in the power play as well. Zainullah then produced the wicket of Abdul Shakur. And at that stage, we felt this match could have been 50-50. Saad Abdullah, excellent spell, got the big wicket of Amjad Gul. After that, Farazuddin and Assam came together at the crease. 40-run partnership. Assam with some beautiful shots against the spinners. This was that killer blow, this lofted shot beating the long off. Those were the winning runs for the Heroes. A no ball to boot as it was flicked away to fine leg for 4. So the match summary then, it was Ajman Heroes who invited the Starlets to bat first. They posted a decent score of 90. Excellent knock by Shival Bawa, 31 of 17. Hriday Savnani had a good outing as well. Abdullah Tariq with a mini cameo. Sabir Rao, clearly the pick of the bowlers for the Heroes. 2 for 5 in a 2-over spell was truly special. Farazuddin, a wicket to his name, as well as Amjad Gul. And in response, Farazuddin led the run chase. 38 not out of 23 deliveries. Abdul Shakur, 20 off 10 with the brisk start. And Assam Mati ur Rab just hung in there, 14 not out of 13. A wicket apiece for Saad Abdullah, Zainullah and Suleiman Haider, but the Heroes won by 7 wickets with an over to spare. So that is the match summary of match number 16. All done and dusted. Victory for Ajman Heroes. We'll take a short break and be right back with Faizan Khan conducting the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of match number 16. This was DCC Starlets versus Ajman Heroes. DCC Starlets made 90 for the loss of 5 in their 10 overs, which was chased down with relative ease by the Heroes in just 8.5 overs. And winning by 7 wickets. Of course, it's time for announcing the player of the match, and for that I have our match referee Mr. Iftikhar Ali next to me, and the player of the match for his spirited performance of 38 not out of just 25 balls, 5 fours and 1 6 to his name, and picked up a wicket as well, is Mohammad Farazuddin. Brilliant performance coming in from Faraz, ensuring that his team reached safely to the final total eventually, relatively easily, with 7 balls to spare. Faraz, great performance from you today. You've been promoted up the order. You've been given the confidence. How do you feel about batting at number 3?
I think yesterday also Rahul told me you'll open the batting, and that went very well, but unfortunately I could not finish it off. But I had that thing in me, like I have to finish it. We are very eager to, win matches, but unfortunately this tournament was not going our way. But nevertheless, some good performance coming from our team. We will try our best next tournament and come back stronger.
So you've finally got a victory to your name. That must give you some confidence because you were the finisher of this game.
Yeah, actually I had to take the responsibility. I had this thing on my shoulders that I have to win the game. But in the end, it's all about one victory and come back stronger next time, yeah.
One thing I always wanted to ask you, and this is my last question, what do you enjoy more, batting or bowling?
I'm actually a batting all-rounder, but the UAE has made me a bowling all-rounder.
Either ways, you're doing pretty well with both of them, so all the best for the remainder of the tournament and all the best for your future as well. Faraz, it's always great to talk to you.
Thank you, Faizan bhai, thank you.
Well, that was Farazuddin. He is the player of the match. We are going to go into the third game in just a little bit. You need to stay tuned. We'll be back.